Oh my god, guys. Okay. Well, alright, so this is actually like, I legitimately cannot stop smiling right now. So if you guys missed it, they just announced on Twitter, Mr. MLG Puckett just tweeted out, and I'll show you guys the graphic on screen, I'm gonna look at it, a Throwback Black Ops 2 tournament, an online tournament going to be held starting tomorrow, and this is going to go up on the 8th, so starting on the 9th through, I believe, for like 4 days, there is going to be a Throwback Black Ops 2 tournament. Now, I'm going to go and break down exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to give you guys all the rosters and everything that's going to go down. Not a whole lot of people know about the format. I've heard of it, and this is exactly 100% what is going to go down. So, I want you guys to know that this is going to be a $5,000 tournament. It's going to be online, going from, I believe, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. So, like I said, starting from the 9th, going to what? The 9th, 10th, 11th, to the 12th. So, yes. So before we even get started, I want to say a massive thank you to Puckett. Puckett literally organized this entire thing, so I want to shout out to Puckett. You know, anyone who helped with this MLG, thank you guys so much for getting this together. All the owners, all the teams, and the players willing to, you know, decide to play together again for this Throwback tournament. I cannot tell you guys how excited and how amazing it's going to be watching this tournament starting tomorrow. Now, like I said, this wasn't announced. No one had really known about it besides, you know, a couple people. I had heard of it. I had not heard any confirmation about it, so it was like I didn't want to make a video about it because I didn't know it was going to happen or not. So, like I said, this tournament is going to happen, a 5K Throwback. They actually announced the casters, which are going to be Puckett, Revan, and Mr. X. Man, I don't know if you guys remember, Throwback scrims, or Throwback team scrims back in the day, Puckett and Revan, always the duo. I believe Golden Boy used to do them a lot as well, so glad to see them. Mr. X, obviously a major, you know, person in the scene back in Black Ops 2, the coach of complexity. And before we even get started, I want to go ahead and announce the teams who are going to be here and maybe announce their rosters as well. So, the teams that are going to be in this tournament are Optic Gaming, Unite, Complexity, Fariko Impact, TK, FaZe, Icons Conquer, and an 8th team who actually has not been announced yet. So as this video is currently being uploaded or being talked about like right now, they have not announced the official 8th team. So I want you guys to know that, and I'm going to go and break down exactly how the format for this tournament is going to work. So this is according to Puckett. He announced there's going to be 8 teams of 2 pools. So the first pool is going to play out, I'm assuming they're going to have like a playoff type deal, semifinals. So there's going to be 2 pools consisting of 4 teams each. On Tuesday, the first pool will all play each other. So whoever's in the pools, we haven't heard that exactly yet. If I ever hear of that, I'll tweet it out because I don't want to enter it. I don't want to have it in this video because I don't know, and I don't want to make a video specifically on the pool. So the first pool will play on Tuesday. On Wednesday, the second pool will play. Out of those, I'm assuming like 2 teams will make it from each pool, and you know, they'll play each other and whatnot. And on Thursday is when they're going to have the semifinals in a best of 7 style. So on Thursday, all going to be best of 7s. As far as I know, pool play is going to be best of 5s. And on Friday, the grand final will be a best of 11, going back to the old days, back whenever COD champs, you know, the grand final was the best of 11. That's just the icing on the cake to me. You know, regardless of the rosters, regardless of anything, best of 11 grand final on Friday is going to be absolutely insane. I'm gonna love that. And you just, like, remembering every good memory about Black Ops 2 has got me ecstatic waiting for this tournament to begin. From the kill streaks to, you know, whatever, the guns, the MSMC, the DSR, the whatever. It's just, I'm so excited. The M8, oh my god, I just forgot about the M8. This tournament has got me freaking out in excitement. Everyone on Twitter is blowing up about it. This is going to be a tournament for just a number of reasons why I'm going to enjoy it. Everyone's going to enjoy it. I am literally so ecstatic that this tournament is going to go down tomorrow. Before we do that, before we talk about anything else, I want to go and give you guys the official rosters heading into tomorrow. So like I said, guys, we know 7 out of the 8 official rosters. So as I'm reading this, it's not speculation. These are 100% going to happen. So starting off, we're going to talk about Icons Conquer. If you guys don't know, a very good team back in the day. I believe it was Nifty who used to be on the team, but you know, they kind of switched around. So the official roster for Icons Conquer is going to be Ego, Study, Bloods, and I believe it's going to be between Gucci and Rose. Gucci, I remember him being on Icons Conquer back in the day. I haven't really heard of Rose. Like, I remember his name, but as far as I know, it's going to be either Gucci or Rose on the 4th for Icons Conquer. I loved Icons Conquer back in the day. Had a lot of really good moments. Didn't really have a whole lot of good placings, but you know, Icons, obviously Ego squad. That's really where Study got his name, and I'm glad that he's going to be on this team. This is where Study got kind of known, heading into Ghosts and whatnot. And they actually have my favorite moment ever was when Nifty got a super clutch kill on Cap, which actually ended up knocking Envy to the loser's bracket. I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
But the lightning strike still remains, and with just 20 seconds remaining, this is clutch time. He gets shut down. Nifty last alive, and
He's got to do it. He's got to do it.
Nifty could, if Nifty does.
He wins the gunfight. Oh my God, he won the gunfight. Nifty's making his way down. If he caps it, Envy's going to the loser's bracket. 5 seconds up. No! Let's go! Let's go! God, Nifty just made the biggest clutch ever!
So just the first team we've already announced has so much history. All these teams are just like, it's making me ecstatic to say the least. So that's going to be Icons Conquer's roster for this tournament. Heading into the next team is going to be FaZe, and they're going to be consisting of Spacely, Slat, Classic, and Replays. Obviously, Spacely and Classic used to be on the FaZe roster back in the day. I believe Replays played on FaZe Red, and Slat, I believe, is just a fill-in. So I believe they've all played on FaZe in the past. I can't remember if Slat has or not. Excuse me for not knowing that. But this is going to be an amazing tournament. Obviously, FaZe didn't really have the best, like, they weren't amazing in Black Ops 2, but a lot of history, a lot of chemistry goes back in the day for FaZe, you know, just starting out and whatnot. So massive. I'm very excited to see this FaZe roster and see how they do. Next team we're going to talk about is actually Team Caliber. This is the game where Team Caliber started the original TK roster, which is actually going to be consisting of Sharp, Gunjar, Neslo, and Theory. It's kind of funny that Sharp and Gunjar are still on the roster today, and they're actually, you know, on this team still. So Neslo and Theory obviously now on Rise, coming back to form with this TK roster. I'm so excited to see how these guys do. You know, they always came up short in Black Ops 2. You know, they never got that tournament win, but they always came close. They always had, you know, very entertaining series and whatnot, and this is like where this was like the team that you looked at and you're like, who are these guys? And they end up getting very, very far. But always end up losing to Complexity. But we'll be talking about Complexity in a second. But like I said, I'm very excited to see this TK roster. I really, really like this team whenever I discovered them back in Black Ops 2. A lot of good moments. And honestly, I'm just ecstatic looking at all these teams, especially you know, this one being TK. Next team we're going to do, or give you guys the roster of, is going to be Unite, which obviously isn't like the other Unite, you know, with other players. There's always a bunch of rosters. It wasn't the one with Kill and Parasite, but the Unite roster for this tournament is going to be Nameless, Imbos, Ricky, and Saints. Saints is going to be a fill-in, obviously, but I remember this roster so vividly. A lot of good moments, you know, Nameless and Bows and Ricky back in the day. Honestly, this is one of my favorite teams. I remember watching them all the time. This is where I like loved and started fighting competitive Call of Duty, and watching Unite was just, it was just so much fun. Like, I know, like, looking back on it now, it was just, I was watching Unite, but now looking at it, it was just like, you know, the memories really come back, especially of watching this team. And obviously, like I said, Saints going to be a fill-in. This could be a really good team. I'm not going to lie. Like, in a regular season style, you know, in Advanced Warfare, I could actually like watching this team and seeing them do well. But, like I said, going to be a throwback tournament. And honestly, I'm really excited about this Unite squad. Next team, boys, the next team we're going to talk about is none other than Impact. Impact's full squad is going to come back. If you guys don't know the Impact roster, Killa, Miracles, Karma, and Parasite, the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 World Champions, the most entertaining, crazy, fun, awesome roster that has ever touched and graced the Call of Duty scene back in Black Ops 2, man. So many memories, so many insane, funny moments, coming especially from, you know, Parasite, Killa, and Karma, the arguments, the frustration, the dominance that they had really early on in Black Ops 2 was absolutely phenomenal, and they were like the first team to actually be a dominant force in Call of Duty, especially in Black Ops 2. I wouldn't say the first, but like one of the originals and whatnot. But I'm ecstatic to see this roster. You know, they've tried to reform in the past and it's never really worked out. And we finally get to see the Impact reunion. It's officially happening. These guys are going to be playing together, and I'm absolutely ecstatic. Like, this is going to be so much fun to watch. These guys are, I feel like, going to dominate, to say the least. And honestly, I've never been more excited, especially for Impact. Like, Impact's one of my favorite teams that I get to see come back, and it's their full roster, which is going to be awesome. We got 2 more teams. Obviously, we've already done 5. The other team we don't actually know about, so we only have 2 more teams to talk about, which are none other than Complexity and Optic Gaming. I'm going to talk about Complexity first. Complexity's roster will not be their full roster, which is really, really unfortunate. That would have been my absolute favorite team to see come back, but they are going to be playing with Aches, Clayster, Rambo, and John. Rambo coming back to the sticks. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Rambo come back to playing Call of Duty, and also John. They actually picked up John. They wanted to have him for this tournament as well. Aches and Clay, obviously the duo back in the day in Black Ops 2. They won't be playing with Crim 6. Unfortunately, I believe he's traveling at the moment, so it's kind of unfortunate to see. However, I am absolutely ecstatic to see Complexity return, especially Aches and Clay. Like, those are, that's the duo, kind of in a way. And you know what, as much as I would love to see Teep and Crimsix come back, I know they're both busy, and I'm not really sure about Teep, but I know Crimsix is in like Thailand or something like that, so it is unfortunate, but at least we get to see at least half of Complexity return, especially Rambo coming back kind of makes it that much sweeter. So while it's not the whole Complexity roster, I'm definitely very ecstatic and very excited, as you guys can tell, to see this Complexity roster play in this Throwback tournament and whatnot. So moving on to our last team that we know the full roster of, obviously like I said, the 8th team where it hasn't been announced yet, is going to be Optic Gaming, returning with the roster of Merc, JCap, BigTymer, and Scump. Now, none of these players were actually on, like, this roster was never an actual team. They've all played on the roster at different times. Nadeshot is not going to be available. Unfortunately, the one time Nadeshot could be back, the Black Ops 2 Throwback, he's not available, unfortunately. But I believe they were going to try to play with Nade, but they're actually asked to have JCap as a fill-in. As much as I would have loved to see, the Nade Scump Big T and Merc lineup come back, the old Black Ops 2 roster, one of my favorite rosters, by the way, return. It's okay, JCap obviously played for Optic Gaming a lot, and really has, I think he's played with Optic Gaming like 3 different times. Obviously, the return of BigTymer, man, I am absolutely ecstatic. Like, BigTymer's returning, Rambo's returning, we're seeing Impact, we're seeing all kinds of rosters come back and reform for this tournament, man. I have not been this excited in a long time, especially talking about competitive Call of Duty. But like I said, guys, I am absolutely ecstatic and I'm shaking with happiness about this tournament. Obviously, Black Ops 2, I would say Call of Duty competitive's son, their child, like their most favorite, ever game, and the game that really made us successful and made us known. Going from 10,000 viewers, from 1 month to the next couple months, we'd be reaching 100,000 of viewers and fans, and this game is really where Call of Duty reached, its levels and its highs, and this game just has so many good memories. It's the best competitive game that we've ever had, and it was obviously one of the originals. I would say this is the best competitive Call of Duty that we've ever had. I don't think anyone could really disagree with that, so I'm very, very excited. Like I said, guys, this tournament is going to be starting tomorrow, on the 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys can watch, obviously, on Tuesday, which is when it's going to start the first pool, on Wednesday, the second pool, and on Thursday, I believe it's the best of 7 semifinals, and on Friday, the best of 11 grand final. I believe every night it's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to be watching as all these casters, Puckett, Revit, and Mr. X, just relive the good old days, because it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be watching as many streams as I can. It's going to be great. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like. If you guys had any information that you guys learned from this video, it always does mean a lot for you guys to leave a like. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, I will see you guys later. Have a great day, and let's enjoy some Black Ops 2 memories tomorrow. See you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out.